Welcome to Staying Relevant, the podcast hosted by DOS, Best DOS, Friend DOS, myself, Samuel, Robert DeCourcy Thompson, and Peter, James, Jonathan, Joseph, Jeremiah Wicks.
This is getting wild, man. This is honestly...
I think we had a Jeremiah in there. I think it's going to work.
People actually just say things like that to me in the street.
I know.
Anyway, there will be swearing in this. If you don't like it, go yourself. There is no drinking. I'm currently not drinking at all. I actually went out last night and drank water.
H2O.
So I'm feeling very hydrated currently. This is Monday's episode. Which means you'll be able to watch it on Josh's YouTube channel on Wednesday, and then we'll be doing a bonus episode which comes out on Thursday audibly, which you'll be able to watch on a Sunday visually on the YouTube channel, which means that you can catch us on a
Monday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday.
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Nice. And you actually led it there, which tells me that you have been doing your homework.
I have been doing my homework. I really want to be more of a part
good.
of this chant now. The votes are now closed for the Trick Awards, which means we have won a Trick Award. Come on! Can I just say a couple of things here?
I'd just like to caveat this, just before Sam carries on. We haven't won.
No, we have. We have won.
No, the voting's closed. We don't even know if we've made the shortlist.
No, we have.
I'm just letting you know we haven't won, and we don't even know if we're on the shortlist.
But I can guarantee you that we are on the shortlist, and I have a sneaky damn feeling that we're going to win this. I don't know what it is. Well, actually, I do know what it is. Trick Awards keeps commenting on our posts.
Yeah, and if you look at the other podcasts that are in, the category, they comment on theirs.
No, they don't.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, yes. They
do. They did their own reel, being like, can Staying Relevant finally knock Peter Crouch off the top spot?
Yeah, I imagine that's because they know that you will run with that, talk about the Trick Awards on this podcast, which obviously gives them a lot of things. But what they're basically doing, it's like carrot and the donkey.
Oh my God, they're double bluffing us.
They're dangling the carrot in front of our resident donkey, which is you. And you are chasing it, chomping at the bit. But actually what's going to happen is by the time you get to the carrot, someone else will have eaten the carrot.
Well, you say that, but we are buying. We're buying a table. We're doing it.
We absolutely are not buying a table.
Yeah, we are.
No. See, this is why you're not in charge.
We're not.
The reason being that we don't even know if we're on the shortlist. So if we buy a table there and we're not even on the shortlist, we're just going to watch everyone else. And as much as the Trick Awards are great, I've been there and watched everyone else win already. I know what that's like. So I don't need to do that again. But if we make the shortlist, I have promised Pippa and you that we will get a table so that we can firsthand watch ourselves lose another award.
No, don't put that into the fucking ether, man.
It's already in the ether because the voting's closed.
Do we look, when we win, right?
My God.
Do we crack a gag?
We did the speech thing. But I just want to point out that I genuinely do not think we're going to win this.
No. I do. I genuinely do.
But now, and especially I think it's so relevant, and you'll actually really enjoy this chat now. You are in your glow up kind of, what do we call it? An era.
Yeah.
Your glow up era at the minute, and you're taking a lot of pride in your appearance. You've got a really snazzy new belt on, with
quite a skinny little belt.
Yeah. Gone are the days of the little Gucci belt. We've gone and got a real man's belt, and you're looking great there. Lovely pair of trousers on. You're really taking a pride in what you're wearing. Will you be wearing or buying a new outfit for the Trick Awards if we are on the shortlist?
Oh, I haven't thought about that.
This should be at the forefront, mate. You're on a glow up.
Nah, do we wear suits at this shindig?
This is a suit shindig.
Is it? Are you wearing a suit?
Yes.
Fuck, I need to wear a suit. Should we? What are you wearing?
A suit.
Yeah, but what colour is it going to be? I think we should go the same colour.
No, I haven't made my mind up yet. And you say, I think we should go the same colour. You have literally two options.
Yeah.
One is blue and one is black.
Yeah. Should we go black tie? Should we go tux?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, we should. Because if we win, going up there in tuxes would be quite baller.
Yeah.
And then I think we just swear at people. I think we just go out there and fuck you, Peter Crouch. You ain't winning today. You might be tall, but you don't have what we've got. And that's a Jeremiah. Which is a Pete.
Me, Jeremiah. Okay, got you. Yeah, so I'm just one. I mean, we also have to decide, because if we do go and I get this table, there is limited number of seats, so not all of the team can go. So what it becomes now is kind of survival of the fittest.
Oh, yes.
Who do we think is kind of most important? And there's different reasons and different ways we can do that. I am going to judge it based on the fact that if we win, then I will turn it into a night out. So for me, that means that really the people that I want to come are the people that impressed me at the Christmas do. And the people that didn't impress me at the Christmas do, unfortunately, they are going to be let down. So what that means is ordinarily, part-time Kira wouldn't even be in with a shout. But actually, she was the most improved and best player at the Christmas do.
She was, she was man of the match.
Which means that Kira could be up for a fucking,
She's up for a fucking?
She could.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Kira, absolutely not.
No, Kira.
No one.
Kira, you didn't let me finish.
No
Kira,
one.
I just want to point out. Kira, no. Kira, no. So, we've also got another announcement.
Oh, this is huge, this announcement. This is massive. This is actually almost bigger than the Trick Awards. We're growing. We are like a fetus in the uterus, just growing on an umbilical cord. And all of that protein getting pumped into us.
What in fuck's name?
Yeah, trust me, Wiz is going somewhere. We are growing like a little child as a business, as a brand, as a production company, as a podcast. And we have now entered our final stage, or entering our final stage, our final evolution before we come out of the vagina, strolling out of that vagina as fully...
Strolling out of the vagina?
As fully functioning podcast industry leaders.
Where are you going with this?
We have a new studio! We're not in yet, but it's fucking great. It's going to be so good. We've got so much room, and I know this sounds like Step Brothers, but the activities that we're going to do in this
Why are you blinding
yourself?
yourself?
Like rubbing my face. Like, I'm so excited. We've got a photo corner. We've got a desk with a computer on it. We've got we've got space for like 2 different studios in one studio.
Let me just explain.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Okay, what Sam means by new studio is Staying Relevant Productions have acquired an office.
Bought.
We have acquired an office which we have turned, and it's large.
Yeah. In charge.
Into 2 studios, which we are currently soundproofing and doing up, where we are going to have our own area. There is 2 studios, like Sam said. There is a whole kind of breakout area.
What's a breakout? For people who don't understand what a breakout area is.
Well,
like
when you
prison.
say for people that don't understand, I'll just explain to you what's happening because you've not been there. So what actually happened was a little while ago, Pippa and I went to view some different office space. We started quite small. We started with a few hundred square feet of space, and soon got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And we may have taken on too much space.
No, we haven't. We never
don't
do
know,
that.
because originally we were just looking for a studio, and we've gone with 2 plus breakout area, plus edit stations for Kira and Josh, and
Time out corners, I imagine, as well.
naughty step for you. It's not. No.
Okay.
So anyway, we found a nice big area, and at that point you did come and see the big area that we had.
So cool.
Since then, you've not been back and have no idea what's happening.
No, I dressed it. I know exactly what we're doing.
Well, a little note on that, just whilst you're here, is that yes, we gave you the task of
Interior
design, and what's happened since then is I've seen your designs and I've changed them all.
Not the lava lamp. Keep the lava lamp.
There's no lava lamp.
There's no fucking lava lamp.
There's no lava lamp.
Fish tank.
There's no fish tank.
You're stripping away my soul.
No, I've left. I've left a brick wall, which is what you wanted. But other than that, the furniture, everything that
You've taken the boucle.
Everything, the boucle's gone.
You've taken the boucle.
The boucle is gone. You were making, right, this is staying relevant. Let's be honest, the reason people like us is because we're pretty shit. All right? What you made it look like was a Botox waiting room. All right? What you did was you went on Pinterest and you looked at nice designs, and you just picked up.
Waiting room is such a good analogy.
It was just neutral cream, which is like, but it's not very staying relevant, is it?
It's Manchester aesthetics.
Well, it literally, genuinely, it looked like you were potentially just going to sit and wait for your turn to go on the sunbed. Right, so it was a real odd aesthetic for me and you to be sat in.
I wanted cream everything.
We didn't want to trust you with neutral cream sofas and all that sort of stuff.
Stony tones.
So I've come in and I've changed it a little bit. So it is going to be a massive surprise for you. And we also have a second studio because we do have some other exciting news that is going to be happening, which we can't tell you about yet.
We'll give you a tip. We'll give you a teaser.
Okay, I love Sam's teaser where he's just going to tell you what's happening.
No. I'm going to give you a snippet.
We'll move on. But there's lots of excitement. But we've got the builders in currently. We're going very corporate.
No, we're not corporate daddies.
No, you are right. We're not.
We're not corporate kings.
Again, you are right. We're not. But we are expanding. We've got this office and there needs to be some ground rules.
Can I make a few of the rules?
No.
I think there's got to be like a 1 minute like dance every day that we're there. We have to just dance for a minute.
Yeah, this is why you're not making ground rules. But also, the really nice thing about this is that I know you, and obviously we do have this kind of office for everyone to work out of, and you will not be there.
I have a fob.
No one has a fob.
Well, I'm going to get a fob.
You can't because, and also I'd just like to point out as well, I'm now really deep in staying relevant, right? This is a real issue for me because I originally didn't want to do this fucking podcast. And as it turns out, a couple of years later, I'm now in business where all the liability, if we fail, falls on me. Everything's in my fucking name. So this prick, if we go under, just fucks off. Every bill is in my personal name because they needed sign off and we couldn't tie him down to sign on for anything. So I'm now liable for every fucker in this room, plus a fucking now premises and a shitload of equipment.
Imagine if Pete has to Pete gets the guys round because they need to sell off his assets.
I'm going to have fucking bailiffs round at my house while he's fucked off somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking wanking off Marvin.
Do love a bit, Marv.
You two are very like bromancy.
Don't get jealous, mate.
Oh, it's fine. It's all right.
Oh, I love the way you're liable. I didn't even know that. That's
mate,
so
everything's
funny.
in my fucking name. Anyway, and then obviously we kind of did a semi-announcement the other week, but there is also another kind of announcement. We're not going to tell you fully what it is, but Sam, do you want to give one of your subtle hints?
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, ink, right? So think of a squid. What does squid produce? Well, I've just said it. Ink. Yeah, ink on paper. We're putting ink on paper.
Okay, so
we're inking our jot book. Blossing paper.
Just basically effectively told people what's happening there.
Yeah.
And again, it's very exciting. Another little thing.
It's going to be amazing, by the way. This is going to be number one.
Whilst we're on, okay, you've just basically, that was not a clue. That is literally just there.
We're doing so much. We're growing. We're evolving, Pete. How does it feel to you inside that we're like becoming the butterflies we were always meant to be?
I mean, I've been across a lot of this for the kind of the past 6 months. So, I've had time to grow into it. How does it feel for you to hear about all the things that we're doing?
Amazing. I love it. Honestly, I came to this meeting yesterday that was already quite deep in the planning. And it was my first time I turned up to sort of like give my input. And it felt so good. And I was like, we're flying. We are going places. We are definitely, and I'm not even joking, I think next year we go to America. And I mean that.
Oh,
I mean that. No, I mean that with every fibre of my being.
Well, you don't need to do that next year because we're actually doing it this year, aren't we?
I know we are, but we're going Vegas.
With Avios, we're off to Vegas. We nearly forgot about that. We've still got the O2. We've got Avios to Vegas. We've got new studios. We've got an amazing piece of merch. And for that as well, another little thing which we've not shouted about so far, but we're going to tell you about now. There's now a Staying Relevant website.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Don't worry, that's been in the background, and there is now a Staying Relevant website for Staying Relevant Productions, which is www.stayingrelevantproductions.co.uk. It's basically the centre of the hub, information. There's lots of things that are going to be happening. Look out, because we are in the process of sorting out merch that will be on sale. You can link tickets to the O2. There are very, very, very few left, mostly for the single people, because they are just sort of one seats dotted around. But if you all kind of, in a WhatsApp group want to talk to each other, maybe you could meet someone, we could arrange some Staying Relevant dating kind of things going on, I don't know, or you can just be sad and come on your own. It doesn't matter to me.
No, come on your own, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
We do that every night.
We don't wank at the O2. So another exciting thing. Anyway, that's kind of housekeeping and all bits and bobs going on. I won't bore you with any more.
But they're not bored because they've been on this journey with us for so long, and you are finally seeing two absolute legends become what they were always meant to be, superstars.
I hated that.
No, confirm it.
No.
Own it.
So I think this is a really good time for us to go back to basics, and I feel like we take it old school.
So we're going to do stay in relevant moments? Because I've got a fucking good one for you.
Go on.
You have become so Gen Z-ified now that actually some of the comments we're getting on this podcast is, we've made a monster. And that's not just like me and Pippa saying that. That is our listeners are saying they've made a monster. You are now boomeranging on Instagram stories. You did a boomerang. You did that thing, right? And I don't even know how to do this, where you cheers your coffee cup, which you got from Blank Street, by the way. Hello, Mr. Sort of like, I'm really cool and edgy. You did that cheers.
Love a rhubarb matcha.
There you go. He's a rhubarb matcha queen. And he's cheersed it and then pulled it away in a boomerang and actually thought, and he's looked, this is what I find wild with Pete. He's looked at that boomerang and gone, yeah, I think I'm going to post that.
Well, I think it was a good boomerang. That's just Gen Z core. Slay, bitch.
But the fucking fingers up. But my favourite thing is in your head, this is such a like, does Pete do things? Pete's gone and got a coffee with producer Pippa, right?
Matcha.
And he must have gone to Pippa and gone, do you know what would be really good? We should do a boomerang of us cheersing our coffee cups.
I'll tell you what happened.
That will look really good on the story.
I'll tell you what happened. It was a busy day. We walked past the Blank Street and I went, oh, I love a Blank Street.
Yeah.
Pippa said, well, they got a new one in, the old rhubarb. I was like, well, let's give that a fucking go, shall we? We went with a
hand out like that. Oh,
let's fucking have a little go on that bad boy. So then we came out, and before Pippa was about to take a sip, and whoa, let's do the cheers thing. I just did it as a video. But then she went, you should boomerang that. And I went, and how'd you do that? She showed me. I loved it. Feedback from people at the time was slightly aggressive.
Yeah, you'll be slow with it, don't you? And actually, don't you have to start in the middle and pull it away?
It was a lot. But I felt good. But then I embarrassed myself because I posted it, tagged Pippa. She then reposted it, and then I hadn't realised that I'd posted it, so I reposted her repost.
Oh my God!
So it was actually on my story quite a lot. But I'd forgotten. Yeah. You
are giving king energy right now. You are literally giving Daddy, give it to me.
Actually. Zaddy.
What's a Zaddy? I don't even know what a Zaddy is.
I don't fully know, but I've been called Zaddy a lot recently.
What's a Zaddy?
I think it's since the new haircut. And have I let myself down here? Is it a bad thing, Zaddy?
A sexually attractive man, especially an older one, who is fashionable and charismatic.
Oh, he's still got, basically what that is, he's still got it.
Okay, so I've gone from Daddy now to Zaddy.
Oh, it's like you're going to be a gilf to gilf.
Shit.
You're in between. Do you know what I've gone? Daddy and gilf.
I've gone up a Gen Z age bracket.
You have. You're now a Zaddy. What am I?
So you're still a fucking child.
I'll take that. I'll have that. You Gen Z bastard.
Well, thank you.
You go slaking. You fucking have it.
Thank you.
And do you know what? You're looking real good today.
I'm not. I'm dressed like a Smurf. I'm in a tracksuit, but I am
but there's
running.
A reason.
I am running on very little sleep right now.
But do you know what? You're doing incredibly well. So I'm sure the people listening to this will understand and have been following Pete's radio journey. He's gone from a Sunday roast to, for this week, covering Kiss Breakfast. Pete Wicks is a breakfast DJ.
Yeah, I am just serving up shit in the mornings.
Just serving up shit in the mornings.
I mean, to be honest, it's been a long day. I've been up since 3:30.
You're getting like 2 hours sleep at the moment.
Yeah, so do you know what? I get up quite early anyway, so I didn't think it would be that big a jump. What I was wrong about is that my morning routine has changed. Currently, what I'm having to do is get up at 3:30 a.m. and then take the dogs for a very brief walk. Then I can manage an espresso and a cigarette, and then have to get on radio and be cheery.
Cheery.
Because
what's Cheery Pete? No, actually, do you know what? You are, so you and Liv do it, right?
Yeah.
You're the one driving the desk. So
Yes.
I imagine you're the first one who opens things, right?
Yeah,
So
I do all the furniture.
But you do a top of hour, right?
Yeah, we do all the top of hour.
So what is your Pete Wicks cheery 6 a.m. top of hour? How do you sound when you do that?
Good morning, it's Pete and Liv on Kiss Breakfast, covering for Jordan and Perry just for the 1 week. I'll tell you what, Liv, I actually feel quite good today.
Even though you feel like you're dying inside.
And luckily, because it's radio, that sounds not too bad. But then what I'm actually doing is looking Liv dead in the eye like a serial killer. And I think at one point this morning, because it's our third show, there were tears.
There were tears?
Yeah, they're just like a solitary tear.
You cried?
A little bit.
Wow.
It's just a lot for me.
Pete made me actually cry a couple of days ago when he punched me in the face.
Okay, we'll also get onto that one.
Yeah.
I think we're going to save that. But
that did happen, by the way.
We'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, so Kiss Breakfast in the mornings. Do you know what? It's a lot. And as you can imagine, you're very good. You're a very well-rounded presenter, and you're very safe.
Yeah, that's such a good.
You're a safe pair of hands. The problem with my presenting career, quite unpredictable.
It can go anywhere.
It could go anyway. I haven't sworn yet, but I did have a slight moment this morning, because we play a game in the morning called Sound You Found, and people try and guess, what the sound is. So we've had loads of different guesses. Is it opening this, blah 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 blah, and then we had a voice note from a lady who said, "Is it flicking a book?" But she left quite a big gap. So I said, I think it was about 7:15 this morning. Thank God she said book and not bean.
And if you know anything about radio,
and apparently
breakfast radio is not the time for flicking beans.
Apparently that wasn't the one. But, we live, we learn.
What did your producer do?
Raised eyebrows and said, "Oh, probably not at this time."
That's actually quite a good response.
Yeah.
Because Pippa used to be my radio producer. She would have cut the whole thing. She would have shut the whole thing down. She would have turned it off and been like, "Let's just take a minute."
But listen, do you know what? I'm learning. I'm out here learning.
Imagine, can I just quickly, people are on the school trip home, on the trip to school, they're doing the drive to school, and they've just got Pete on the airwaves. And like normally, you've got Capital with Jordan North, who again, safe pair of hands, really bubbly and nice guy, could definitely do CBBS. You got Greg James on the breakfast show at BBC, like doing real nice fluffy shit.
And then you got Liver Atwood and Pete Wicks.
You got Pete going talk about flicking the bean.
Listen, if you're gonna do it
right.
Own it. Make it your own. But today I was particularly tired because I went to
the dancing show last night.
I saw Yvita last night, and I went to Gorka and Karen did their final show of their tour, Speakeasy show. And I've got to say, it's the first one of these dance shows. I'm not even fucking with you here. That was a weird thing.
I was going to say, what were you going to say?
I don't know. It was fucking good. I thought I would maybe have a little kip during it because I've been quite tired.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. Loads of fucking music. It was at the Adelphi Theatre. It was really, really fucking good. So just a little shout out to Gorka and Karen.
I love Gorka. He's doing Soccer Aid.
He is indeed. He's such a great guy.
He's such a nice guy. His wife's lovely as well.
Yeah, fucking Gem's lovely.
Amazing.
And Karen, she was amazing. And her fella Simon's really good as well. I really like Simon. He works for Adidas.
Oh, wow.
Just a little, I don't know why I pointed you there, like, it's just a little thing for you there. But no, it was really good, and saw loads of the Strictly people, which was...
Are you still buddies with all of them?
Yeah.
When they see you, they're like, "Oh, the party's arrived."
Not last night, because normally Party Pete is Party Pete.
Yeah.
But Party Pete drank water from the tap.
Were they disappointed in that?
They didn't have any bottles, so I went with a council pop, and it was I was in and this will actually. What's my favourite drink?
Alcohol.
Yeah, but specific.
Oh, what alcohol? Your favourite drink, espresso martini. Okay, beer.
Okay, if I...
No, please let me guess. Okay, Pete's favourite
What do I always get people to do?
Oh, tequila shot.
Tequila. So the kind of after party was in a tequila bar, and I drank water.
Did you have a pineapple shot just to make it seem like you
No,
didn't want?
I didn't do any shots. I drank water and I left because I'm a real boy and I have a job.
Oh, he's growing. Oh, I'm the only one clapping.
So, because I'm 37, that was a bit sad.
You're a growing king again. This is amazing.
But on the plus side, I've got one more breakfast show, and then I am getting absolutely fucking off my box tomorrow night.
And I'm going to be there, actually, funny enough. I'm going to be on his box.
Sam and I are actually taking another CEO out.
We're going for a CEO dinner.
Apart from he's got an actual company, not what we've got. No offence to the people that work here.
That's actually a really good point. We should probably do good cop, bad cop on him, I feel like.
Well, I imagine I'm bad cop.
I think we should switch it around. Imagine if I was like, fucking sit down, you prick.
Well, to be honest with you, we are going to get onto your... In fact, I think that's a great segue, really.
Well, no, not before a question I have for you. I know you're not going to like this, but I just really need to ask you. And I just think that the listeners are going to love this. Coachella's obviously just happened.
Oh, fuck.
It's been huge news on the gram. Digitally, it's everywhere. How have you been enjoying the Coachella content this year, Pete?
I've had to stay off Instagram. It's utterly wild. I cannot understand the point. Look, everyone makes such a big effort, right? Yeah. And we've got Coachella fucking outfits. They all look the same. Everyone's worn the same. It's some sort of like kind of boho cowboy thing. And I love that look. I love country music. When we were in Colorado, did I go out the first day and buy a cowboy hat and wear it non-stop? Yes, I fucking did. But watching people sit in a field in cowboy hats, laughing at each other whilst having chips with spring onions on, and a number of different sauces. I've not seen one person talk about music. I've not seen one person look like they're enjoying themselves that isn't part of a catalogue. The whole thing makes me want to go and just get on the mic there and go home. Go home, reevaluate, and if you're going to come back next year, try and make it look like somewhere I'd want to be. Because currently, this looks like fucking hell. If you're going to do it right.
Okay.
It's just made me feel quite awkward. And worse than that, do you know what, actually? No, fuck it. Festivals, I think, are great because, I wouldn't want to go to one because I don't like people, but I think they're great for other people, and especially like Coachella, because girls get really dressed up and they make the big thing. My bigger issue with me now is that men now are trying to do the dress up thing as well, but have no fucking idea what's happening. I saw a geezer the other day, right, at Coachella wearing... Listen to this, right?
I saw a geezer the other day at Coachella.
Honestly, this fucking he's got a pair of fucking shorts on, right? And he's got like a pair of tennis shorts, right? The fucking donut. His socks are fucking pulled, a pair of sports socks, and he's got a pair of like fucking New Balance, like them ones you've got, right? And he stood there with a vest on and just whacked a cowboy hat on. What the fuck do you look like, you absolute two-bob prick?
Do you know who it was?
I do know it was.
Who was it? You got a name and shame.
But no, do you know what? Maybe it's just because I feel like it's the sort of festival that I'd like. But I just don't see anything about the festival. It's just about what people are wearing. And I'm just a bit jealous, maybe.
This is what I'm getting to. Next year, plans are in motion. And this is my idea. Plans are in motion for me and you to go to Coachella next year and experience the life of an influencer at Coachella. What are your thoughts?
No,
come on.
I don't want to do it.
No, what do you mean you don't want to do it?
Sam, I'll be the oldest there. I'll be 38.
It's going to be fine.
I'm not rolling about Coachella in White Fox Boutique at 38 years old.
Fox Boutique.
Give me that shite.
No. But Jenny, if we sort it out, will you come?
No.
Please.
Oh, Sam, you can't send me to Coachella.
Please.
No, I cannot do that.
We'll do some of those really cool snaps, like next to the Ferris wheel.
Oh, and that fucking Ferris wheel. I've never seen any on it. What's the fucking point? Does it even work? I feel like it's a backdrop. There's not actually a Ferris wheel there, is there? Does anyone go on it? No one's posted a picture from a Ferris wheel. If anything, what I want to see is someone on the Ferris wheel. I don't want to see people sat having a picnic in front of them.
Yeah, they do love.
I'll tell you what's getting me even more than anything is I'll tell you what I'll do, because it's Western themed. I'll put some tassels on. I'll spin and you can get the tassels. Yeah. Fuck off.
So Coachella for you is an absolute no, but you almost want to go. You hate it because you want to be there.
Do you know what? On a serious note, because people genuinely think I'm just being horrible. I'm probably just jealous that I'm not at Coachella. I've never been invited to Coachella.
But we should Coachella. I've never been invited to Coachella.
Coachella.
But do you know what the cool people call it? Chella.
Coachella.
They call it Coachella.
All right, I've never been to Coachella.
Okay, Pete, we walk into Coachella, right?
Oh God.
We walk into Coachella.
Okay, what are we? What do you think? I mean, Cowboys been around for a couple of years now. The old, well, Cowboys have, but I mean, that kind of Western aesthetic has been around for a little while because I believe a lot of people was doing the Cowboy shit last year. Do we think it will still be relevant?
Oh yeah,
then?
it's always going to be Cowboys.
If it's still next year and people are still like, fucking lassoing shit, then I'll go for that.
So we walk in, right? We walk into like the pen or the paddock or whatever. Like,
there's a pen. What is it? Cattle market? Maybe is that why they're all there? There's actual cowboys there.
Well, they just heard the influencers are in, don't they? Sort of broom them in.
They broom them in.
They just sweep them in. So we walk in. So let's say we sort of like a lot of them sort of like skip, don't they? They skip into this grassy area on their Instagram.
I ain't skipping in Coachella.
Yeah, no. This is the thing. If we're at Coachella, we have to do it proper. And I want
Do you know what we should do if we actually did Coachella? Is we should do all the photos that people should take. Like, I'd just like a selfie on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, fine. Let's do that then. So I need to ask the listener, should we be going to Coachella next year and putting Pete through his paces as an influencer with all the LA? Oh God, the LA, you would hate all of them.
I honestly don't think I can go.
No, come on. We'll as the year goes by, we will just keep peppering him every now and then with some ideas about Coachella. Maybe we'll go with White Fox.
Well,
The arse party's lit.
Yeah, man, are they like bad thing? Yeah,
yeah.
After parties are lit.
There's a lot of bad things there. But no one drinks. This is what's mad about Coachella.
Fuck off.
No one drinks.
I'm not going to fucking Coachella then.
They don't drink. They all just stand there, apparently.
Doing what?
Just sort of taking photos.
Oh no, it's not for me, mate. It's not for me.
It's not for me.
It's not for me. Let me know how it is.
Okay, we'll work on you.
Anyway, I'm really enjoying today's episode. I think it's a real... And do you know what makes a massive difference is you.
Me?
Like, I just want to take a minute. What? I just want to take a minute to discuss you.
Oh, fuck.
We've been through some dark times recently.
Fucking hell.
You personally, but also as a team, we have been through some dark times, and I don't think I've ever seen you looking this happy. I'm dead serious. I said it as soon as you come in. You look fucking great. Your arms look fucking like you're vascular. Your arms look big. You're dressed nice. The beard's in fucking form. The hair's looking good. Your skin is glowing. You're radiant. You're smiling non-stop. I genuinely don't think I've seen you this happy for such a long time. And it's not just me that's noticed it. Everyone else has been noticing it. You're a joy to be around, and something has just changed.
Thank you, man.
In you. And I genuinely mean that. Is there anything that you want to tell us? Is there a reason behind?
I don't know.
Like, what has changed recently?
I feel nice recently. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm feeling confident.
I don't know. It's like the missing piece to your puzzle. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there was something missing in you, and I don't know what it is. And I would like to think that we've all had, some sort of small part in trying to kind of get you through this and make you happy.
I think you dragged me through the pit. I see it as Bane. Have you seen Batman? Dark Knight Rises?
I just feel like we've maybe tried to drag you through a little bit of that, but like the cherry on top. And I know, like, you don't want to talk about this sort of stuff, and maybe it's too early. I don't know, because obviously you've been burnt in the past.
I'm so fucking confused what's going on here. Who am I dating?
Well, that's kind of the question, mate, because, like, we've seen you cycling around Richmond Park. Do you want to tell us what's her name? Where's she from? What does she do? When are we going to meet her? Like, she's obviously had such a big impact on your life. Like, look how much she's smiling, man. And it's so good to see you smile. You said you wouldn't feel love again. And actually, I like those pictures just warmed my heart.
It already pisses me off. I was like, oh my God, Pete's being so nice. He's like, Sam, you're glowing, you're smiling more than you ever have. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet of you to say thank you. And he's just taking the piss.
No, I'm not taking the piss. Like, talk us through it, because you've been outed by the Mail with your new missus.
That is one of the worst. I feel so sorry for the lady who, for anyone who's listening who doesn't know this, Sam has a new mystery woman. You are Sam,
by the way.
I have a new mystery woman who I was seen cycling around Richmond Park with. She's
cute.
The poor lady. She's beautiful.
No, she is.
Not in a weird way. She's got a husband, but like she's called Tracy. I'm so sorry to Tracy. Yeah, but she's not my squeeze.
And just for the record, she's also not my mother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, no, it's not Tracy Wicks.
Who is
either.
also called Tracy.
No, she's someone that I cycle with. She's just someone I cycle with. We just you know, it was a really nice day on Saturday, and we were like, "Do you want to go for a cycle?" So me and Tracy went for a cycle.
Well, so
what's wrong with that?
But no, it was just really cute, like the way you were smiling and like both in lycra, and you know, like when you see someone on a hot day in lycra like that. It must cross your mind.
I absolutely love her. She's the nicest soul ever. She picked me up from mine on her bike, and she
gave you a backie? Because are you not at the point where you can get your own, or was it just like one of the things where you carry the kids are behind?
I have my own bike now. And so
I've seen it in your front room.
Yeah, she picked me up on the bike, and so we went out riding. We went to Richmond Park and just rode around for a couple of hours.
So you're now a runner, a suckler. You're really in your fucking fitness fucking
Do you know
stage.
What? Do you know what? It's
why you look great.
She's so sweet. She's the loveliest person. I don't know whether she's even seen that press article.
Well, I've got to say, obviously it's fucking bollocks. But yeah, Sam's mystery woman, Tracy, the
cycling coach, Tracy.
Cycling coach, Tracy. So a little shout out to her.
Tracy is so lovely and a really good person. And an incredible cyclist and rower, actually. By the way,
are you gonna be going rowing, or have you got a different coach for that as well?
No,
you've got a running coach, a cycling coach, a rowing coach.
Someone I
You've got a stylist. Do you just employ experts to make you a person?
Do you know what I find crazy though, Pete? And you've dealt with this.
What do you find crazy?
I didn't realise, like, people really try and figure out like who you're going on a date with and stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? It is just wild. I mean, if I had a pound for every time that I'd had a mystery woman or that I was shagging or dating someone, then I wouldn't be doing this podcast. Put it that way.
It's mad.
It could just be fucking anyone, but they just want fucking stories about stories, and that is unfortunately the state of the press. But so anyway, so just to confirm, then you're just happy in yourself. You're not dating Tracy.
I'm not dating my...
But we love Tracy.
We adore her. We adore her. Question, though, for you. Do I look like I'm smiling?
On a serious note, though, do you know what? That was just supposed to be a little build-up to a joke for me.
I thought it was. That's what I thought. He doesn't even mean it.
But on a serious note, I am very, very happy with you right now. I genuinely do think you look great, and you are actually joyous to be around at the minute. And I mean that based on the fact, even tomorrow night...
I'm getting a stiffy.
No, and okay, all right. No, I'll stop then. But even not tomorrow, it's Easter weekend. Ordinarily, you would just be at home with Boise Doisy and the other fucking gamers, or whatever their names are.
Boise Doisy.
Tugging one off and eating a bowl of cereal. You're coming out tomorrow night with me.
Yeah.
It's just nice, but not even with a camera. Like just to come for a drink and a bit of food to somewhere that I go all the time that you will never come to with me. And I said to him the other day, "What about Amzenico Thursday?" He went, "Yeah, right then."
Pete nearly fell over.
Honestly,
he's done that once today.
Oh God,
Pete had a fall today, by the way. Pete groaned as he sort of like bent over and went, "Oh, why do you groan so much?" He went, "I had a fall today."
Oh God.
You know, when someone goes, "Oh God, I've got to go home early from work." Why? Because my granddad had a fall. This is literally that. He said, "I had a fall," and he went, "I've really done my hip in." No, it's your knee.
It's my knee. It's really hurt my knee. It was my left leg. It just gave way. And I couldn't really understand it, and I just went down, but it really hurt it because I caught it right on the corner of the step.
Oh no!
Yeah, but anyway,
I know something mad.
But I'm not the only one that's injured because we had a team day, a Staying Relevant team day on Monday. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because we'll get to that once we kind of show you what happened, because obviously we don't do anything without a camera pushed up our fucking nostril. So
our nostrils.
Well, just right in our fucking face. But yeah, we had a team day. It was a tough day for a number of reasons. Mainly spending time with the team was tough for me. It was a long journey. It was the first day of breakfast. I was very tired when I arrived, so I wasn't in a particularly great mood when I got there. And it was made all the more worse for spending time with the team doing organised fun, because organised fun is not my favourite, especially when Josh is involved. But tough day for you. If if you're listening to this, you won't be able to see, but I suggest you watch the YouTube when this comes out on Wednesday, because Sam is sporting a black eye and I would say graze above.
No. A fucking deep wound. I've got a deep wound.
So Sam has got himself in a little scuffle. All right.
Who with, Pete?
I mean, the problem is, as I said, I was tired and it was a long day. And then what happens is that I do have limits. And Sam, for a moment, had forgotten when not to go past my limit, but continued to, oh no, we have to do a TikTok. We have to do a TikTok. One of the TikToks that we did involved him grabbing me by the back of my neck, and then me pretending to just kind of, oh no, go away. But I punched him in the face.
Genuinely did.
He fell to the floor, and his eye socket started pissing claret, and it was, yeah. I mean, I felt bad.
Pete punched my phone so hard.
It wasn't that hard.
You
you
battered it.
You've got weak wrists.
No, you battered my phone and it smacked me in the corner of the eye. And then do you know what? Do you know what I love about Pete though? In all seriousness, he didn't mean for the phone to hit me. He just punched my phone really hard because he just wanted to get me away. But the phone then hit me in the face. I went down, took it like a champ though. Took it like an absolute hero.
Mate, you were rising around on the floor to the point when you got up, we couldn't see the blood because you had so much mud on your face where you'd just been in the stuff. Mate, you've got a graze above your fucking eyebrow. You genuinely asked. You saw a bit of blood, went pale as anything, and went, do I need stitches? You basically, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure it was my fault. You threw a phone at yourself. But are you okay?
I don't know, to be fair. I've got a black eye. I went to the gym yesterday, actually, which is the day after it happened. Everyone went, oh my God, are you all right?
Yeah, and then presumably. But the good thing is that obviously, I mean, that wasn't the only kind of injury of the day, because we also had some big news.
Well, this is huge.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, God bless. I'm so happy to have Sam and Pippa here with us because, and I mean, no, don't laugh. We nearly lost them.
We did. We wouldn't be here.
We nearly lost Pippa and Sam this week. They shared a car. This is serious, guys, so stop smiling. They shared a car to the... Serious. They shared a car to team bonding. As I said, it was a tough day for everyone. But Pippa really kindly offered to drive Sam home. Now, during the day, there had been some sort of joyful banter between the two about Pippa's driving. 10 and 2, like Miss Daisy. She's got kind of a small car, and you know whether she was a good driver or not was kind of an issue. But it was just kind of a little bit of playful banter. We didn't know at the time what was going to happen, so it was tough. But on the way home, they had an accident, quite a serious accident.
We didn't have we had a car crash.
Yeah, well,
we had a car crash.
It was quite a serious accident where a lorry rammed into the side of Pippa's car. Now I know this because Pippa called me and said, "Oh my God, we've been in an accident. A lorry has just hit us. The car's a write-off." And I said, "Are you okay? Can I speak to Sam?" And she went, "You can't come to, but I've got to go."
Pete thinks I'm getting airlifted to the hospital at this point.
I don't know what to do with myself at this point. I'm driving separately, and I think, do I pull over? Do I go back? What do I do? I didn't want to call just in case they needed the phone for the air ambulance that Sam was going to be in. They then called back. 45 minutes later, I called Pippa back, and I could hear Build Me Up Buttercup in the background and them two singing along as they were back on the motorway. They'd forgot to call me back, and actually what happened was that she was gently tapped by a lorry.
No. Let me tell the real story. I've never been involved in one of these before, and I've got to say, we handled it fucking well. So we're on the motorway, we're on the M25, and I'd say we're going about 60, maybe 70. Well, actually, Pippa's driving probably 60. And she's like a real cautious driver, which actually served us incredibly well. And so she's got 10 and 2. She's in the lane, the one lane off the hard shoulder.
Slow lane.
She's in the slow lane. And as we're just trundling along, there's a 4x on the right of us, which is a proper 2-compartment.
It's a 4x4.
4x, like a proper fucking lorry. It's like one of those.
Oh, it's not a 4x4.
Is it 6x?
I can't understand what you mean
What?
by.
It's like an 18-wheeler. It's like an absolute,
so it's a lorry.
It's a bastard. It's like an absolute. It's a massive lorry with 2 compartments on it, right? And this is actually quite scary. So we're driving along the road, and we just feel a massive shudder, and then and Pippa's car, which is a tiny little Mini, is getting like pushed out of her lane. And then we look round, and this massive lorry is trying to merge into our lane, but hasn't seen our car at like 60 mile an hour. And so Pippa's panicked, and she's going, "What's going on?" She doesn't know what it is. And I can see as she's going, what's going on.
So
the lorry.
when you say she didn't know what it is, she didn't see the lorry?
But she had no idea.
that was attached to the side of her car.
Mate, for some reason.
What is it?
Mate, that's exactly what happened.
What could this be?
Pippa's literally going, "What's going on?" And as I'm looking out the window, watching him come for a second go, because he doesn't know why he can't get into our lane. So he's come again, and he's come harder as well, and he's gone, into the back of the car. We started spinning out, right? Pippa's sort of like 10 and 2 wheeled it round. I'm then banging on the horn, being like, we're here, there's people here.
Is that what you were saying?
We're here,
there is people here. You big 4x bastard.
Well, do you know what's funny? I then put the window down, leant out the window, and went, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, mate?" And then and then, but we nearly spun out. We were spinning out, and so I'm like, "Pippa, grab the wheel." So I'm moving like that. And I'm like, "Come on, get to taking control."
Yeah.
And then we go into the lay-by, because it shook us all up. Pippa's now.
So who was in the lay? So in the there was you. With the 4x and the lay-by?
No, so we're in the Mini, we're pulling into the lay-by, I'm out the window going to the lorry, "You pull in! And so he pulls in, right, he stops, Pippa's crying a bit at this point.
I just want to point out as well, while Sam is on the side of the road in the lay-by, just screaming and waving his arms at the lorry driver, Sam was wearing a vest.
I was wearing a tank top, it wasn't the best look in the world. But he then gets out of the lorry. No, I actually march up to the lorry, don't I, Pippa? I get out the car.
You marched.
I get out the car. Pippa actually, at the end of this entire ordeal, went, "I am so glad that you are here."
Yeah, I was. I would have been on my own, and I would have cried and probably just driven home.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you would have done? Or do you think if you'd have been on your own, you'd have done exactly the same as what you did, which was instantly stop, and then the first thought that entered your brain while Sam was actually going to sort out the situation, from what I've heard, you were sat there, thought, "I don't know what to do. Sam is sorting this out for me like a fucking hero, just charging up and marching people in his vest," and you thought, "I don't know what to do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll call my next of kin."
Yeah.
You fucking called me.
Yeah.
Above anyone else.
It is weird that you don't know what you're going to do in those situations.
and
the
your
fact
reaction
that
was
mine is
Pete.
called Pete Wicks is just fantastic.
She a very brief call, because then she decided that it wasn't okay for her to just be panicked. She must do it to me too. So whilst that's happening, goes through. Sam is then you've marched up to the gentleman,
and I've been like, "Look what you've just done!" And I was like, "You've nearly killed this young girl," because Pippa's like stood there frozen up against the side rail
on the phone to me,
Pete, panicking, and I'm like, "Look what you've done!" The whole of the back end of the car completely written.
I'll be honest with you guys, on a serious note, like, I'm obviously very thankful that you're here, and that does actually sound fucking bad.
Awful.
I mean, you're in a Mini, that's a lorry. Thank God that you called me. I'm glad that I could help. But more importantly, let's have a round of applause for the hero.
Really grown up.
Really grown up. And what I really like is the fact that you took control, which is something I've told you for years. You need to take control.
Yeah.
All right. You know, the guy was in the wrong. All right, and
He was in the wrong.
He was in the wrong. You went up, you marched up to him, and you marched him back over. And look what you could have done.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you got the insurance statements, you did whatever else.
Going to
and
apologise.
I thought, fuck me, what a guy Sam is. Like this fucking big lorry driver. All right, who Sam has marched up to. Let's call him Dave. All right, you've just gone up and taken him across and just look what you've fucking done. Until I got the description of him being a very small, smiley man. Then I thought, oh, I see what he's done here. Yeah. But still, you are the hero. And actually, that is very good because you, by the sounds of it, considering that you are sort of supposed to kind of be running this ship here.
Honestly, in a life or death situation, do you know what we've realised? You want me.
Is that...
You want me. If we were in the trenches together, Pete, trust me, I don't freeze.
But do you know what's mad?
Freeze.
Is that I've been in trenches with you before and watched you freeze. So there's been a...
Mate, you want me. Yeah. I'm going over the top.
Especially that second slam from the lorry. We're here. We are in this. Oi.
Well, people on the horn be like, hey.
Hey,
yeah,
you.
People in this mini.
That's when you know you're being authoritative. Hey. hey. But look, on a serious note, we make a joke that that does sound fucking horrendous.
We survived.
And
Pippa's family called me to thank me.
Did they?
Yeah. And do you know what I did? I took it really. I went, look, guys, any day, like heroes don't always wear capes.
And,
I was like, you guys, I've got this.
Do you know what's hilarious is then later that evening, Pippa messaged me and said thank you.
What? He didn't do anything.
I just felt really bad
Thanks for being
panicking.
there.
He didn't do anything.
Don't worry. Listen, I'll take it.
He didn't thank me.
As heroes, sometimes we don't like to take the recognition, but between the two of us, we got you out of it.
And I did quite well as well.
As bosses, we are clearly unbelievable. Like, we sort shit out. We're the people that you come to, Yeah. Our team have an issue, we deal with it. Pete's on the phone. This is what we do.
Pete's on the phone. Pete's manning the call centre for the Staying Relevant problems. Got a dilemma? Give us a call.
Got a claim? We can get it for you.
But no, on a serious note, as much as we make a kind of little joke of that, that's because you're both all right. I'm very glad you're both okay because I would be lost without you, as would the rest of the team. And I genuinely mean that as well. I'm not even going to make a joke. And the good thing as well is you still got home before me on that evening, despite being shunted by a lorry twice and sitting on the lay-by. Is that I managed to get home even later, which is great.
So we're doing updates at the moment, and I feel like we've got loads of updates.
Yeah, which is mad. And I think the biggest problem that we have is that what we do is when we have like loads of updates, we should probably spread them because next week we'll have fuck all.
Yeah, so true. We come in real hot with everything.
So, yeah, we come in. We've done this. What have you done this week? Well, I went for a run.
Yeah. Pete's like, did another radio show actually, and this is us now.
Yeah.
But I have one of those really shitty updates for everyone where in the not too distant future, I'll be able to announce it. But yeah, I've been away actually out of the country doing something.
Out of the country?
Out of the country.
You just dipped out of the country for a little bit. This is the first time you've dipped out the country since the golf trip, and obviously that was a bit of a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Presumably you learnt your lesson and everything went smoothly this time. Got all your flights.
It did, got my flights. And by the way, BA like us. Yeah.
What, specifically us?
I don't know, but
You don't know. Okay.
I had all of the cabin crew, and this is actually really cool. And I think this isn't even like a funny thing or anything like that. Me and Pete were saying we were sort of talking to this person who's helping us jot things down, and and we were saying that our favourite job is, and I can speak for Pete here, is this podcast. It's the thing we love doing the most. It's the thing that we have the most control over, and it's the thing that we want to do far into the many years that I and maybe some of those years Pete will be alive for together. But it was so cool, man. When I was on this flight, I think every single BA staff member who was on that flight come over to me and be like, first of all, where's Pete? Second of all, I listened to the podcast. I'm not joking. I think it was almost every single member of the flight staff. There was like 10 of them over the course of the trip. Came over and was like, I'm really, like, they were so sweet. They're like, I'm really sorry, I don't mean to disturb you, but I just want to let you know that we've been listening to the podcast like on our down bits of the shift. It's really cool, like really, really cool. And that's a really nice thing to know how far like we've come. I remember at the very fucking start, you didn't even want to do this fucking thing.
No.
And that was really awesome. And then actually on the weekend, I had 2 girls who I said I was going to mention, I can't remember their names. They were at the same pub I was at. And they made a point out of being like, again, really sweet, that I don't want to ruin your night or anything. They were like, I just want to say that we have bought tickets to the O2 and we listen to every single episode of Staying Relevant, to the point where one of their friends lives opposite me and takes photos of me from their window, from outside their window, and puts them in the group, in their girls' WhatsApp group, of me like leaving their house, being like, oh, he's got a new, that's a new bit of furniture he's got going into the cab.
That's honestly really, really nice. And last night as well, when I was at the dance show, a lady come up and was really, really happy. She actually said about your little glow up, but she said that she managed to get tickets for the O2 off resale to take her daughter, and was very, very happy. So let's a little shout out to the
BA staff, and those 2 lovely ladies at the White Horse
The lady
Pub.
last night, and then the lovely ladies. Hopefully that second one can still listen to this from prison, but yeah, really, that is really nice. You are right.
It's just a really, really cool thing. But anyway, yeah, the flight over was great. I can't say where I went. I'm going to be that complete wanker in a few weeks, a couple of weeks actually. All will be revealed. I went to Central America though.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't know if you'd gone potentially back to Jamaica just to tidy up your roots.
That's
see some of the family, because I think that's coming soon. DNA
journey.
We don't know
Very
exactly
soon.
when, but it's coming soon.
It is. It's coming out this month, actually.
Because honestly, if you remember when we were talking about it last time, I cannot wait to find out about your Jamaican heritage.
I actually do have some Jamaican heritage.
Oh, don't be so fucking
I
stupid.
do. Well, no, not actual, like, I'm not, like, from Jamaica, obviously.
So you don't have any then?
Well, I could be.
Well, I mean, have you given it away or haven't you?
Who
knows?
Exactly.
Could or couldn't be. So anyway.
Yeah, I've got a really cool thing. I've got a really cool thing and scary thing that is getting announced really, really soon. It's probably like the biggest thing of my year so far, other than the O2, but that's afterwards.
I'm going to be very honest and say that I know what it is. And it is actually very big, and it is very scary. And just before you announced that, because obviously you can't do it now, and as much as I take in the piss early on, I am very proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Got to do it, though. And
Yes.
you're all going to be involved as well.
So thank you for listening to Staying Relevant with Pete Wicks and Sam Thompson. If you want to feature in the podcast, then email the worst email address in the world, which is hello@srproductions.co.uk. Subscribe, follow, do all of that crap. Do the social medias at Staying Relevant Podcast. We are going to do a bonus now, but you didn't need to know that. Ta-da.
We love you so much.
Okay,
and
let's move on.
We're going to shiver your timbers.
What?
We're going to shiver your timbers over the coming few weeks, because we have a lot going on, and we're
going to end this podcast now,
and we just want
it's
you to be
over.
a part of it.
Cut the fucking cameras and the fucking audio so that will stop talking.
And we may get into
just
porn.
cut it, please.
We may or may not
stop
be getting into
it
porn
now. Have you stopped? Don't look at Pippa. Listen to me. Stop the fucking camera.
Or at least OnlyFans. This has been a Staying Relevant production.